I still remember how shit my routine was the past few summers. I wanted to imagine me in bed, in my room, in my hot room because it was summer, at 11 a.m. I was still in bed, even though I was awake for 2 hours, 3 hours. I was lying on my side, and guess what I was doing, bro? I was watching TikTok. My volume was set to the max, my brightness was to the max, and I was in bed with my covers on, watching TikTok at 11 a.m. after being awake for a few good hours. That was my morning routine back then. I was waking up on social media for 2 or 3 hours, and after a while, after a few hours of doing that, I would get like a pain in my stomach. I was getting hungry. Only then I would get out of bed. I would close TikTok or even still be on TikTok, walking down the stairs. You can imagine me walking down the stairs with my phone in my hand, looking at TikToks, hoping not to stumble over anything, and going into my kitchen and making milk with cereal. I wasn't putting in any effort to make something good. I was making the easiest thing to eat milk with cereal. I would microwave my milk, I would put cereal, and I would eat while still on TikTok. You can imagine me at the kitchen table, sitting down, my bowl of cereal was in front of me, my spoon was in my right hand, and my phone was in my left. And I was like this. I was eating with one hand and watching TikToks in the other. And after I was done with that, I would put the bowl in the sink, go back upstairs into my room. You can imagine me going back upstairs, again, hoping not to stumble over anything. I would finally close TikTok. I would finally put my phone on my nightstand, and then I would get this chair, put it in the middle of the room, and open my Xbox. I would genuinely sit right there, look at that TV, open Xbox, and play Minecraft for a few hours. That was my morning routine. Wake up, be in bed for a few hours, eat something, and then come back into my room and play on my Xbox, play Minecraft on my Xbox. Do you think that I was productive that day? Do you think that after I was done with playing video games, I would instantly close it, I would jump up with energy, and I would come to my desk and do my homework? No, that was far from the truth. After I was done with playing video games, which was around 4 p.m. when my parents would get home, I would get to my desk, I would open my books, and I would pretend to be studying. And when my parents would get home and enter the room, I would just look at them, they would look at me and see that I was studying, and then they would leave me alone. And after they would leave, I would open TikTok again. I was waking up at 9 with poor sleep, shit sleep, doing nothing all day. And I highly believe that I was doing that because of my AKA morning routine. The first thing I would do in the morning is I would wake up and instantly grab my phone to scroll, to check my messages, to respond to messages and scroll. And I see so many people do that, especially my brothers. Bro, it pisses me off so much when I would get into their room and the TV would be opened and they would be on their phone playing video games on their phones. I would go into my sister's room, the same story. TV opened, she was in her bed on TikTok. It was 11 a.m. It would be 11 a.m. I would check up on them and they would be on their phones. Not even leaving their bed, not even looking in the mirror. And so many young men are doing that. So many young people, teenagers are doing that. When there's school, of course, I understand they have to wake up as late as possible to go to school. But when there's break or in the weekends, they wake up and they scroll for a few hours. It's comfortable, it's easy. And of course, they don't achieve anything that day. Of course, it's easy for them to get out of bed and then play some video games, to watch some anime, to relax. Of course, it's easy for them to do that if they've wasted away all their energy on scrolling on TikTok the first thing in the morning. It's so damaging, and you're wasting so many brain points and so much attention. All of your attention is gone for the day. If you put your attention into TikTok the first thing in the morning, for the rest of the day, you don't have any attention left. And it's so bad. That's why I'm so invested into morning routines. That's why I think they're so important, because they're the first thing you do in the morning. If you have a good morning routine, your whole day will be productive. And I can't help but compare that period of my life where I was waking up and scrolling to this period where I'm waking up extremely early, and I mean super early, just to work. I wake up at 4, I shit, and then I work for 2 hours. My morning routine is genuinely this: wake up, go to the bathroom, and work for 2 hours after I'm done with my shit. And then end the morning routine with my cold shower. It doesn't matter if I have school that day. It doesn't matter if it's the weekend. I still wake up at 4 a.m. I still work the first thing in the morning. And I love my life. Do you think that after I'm done with that work, I hop out of the cold shower and I open TikTok to scroll? Do you think that after I get home from school that day, I play video games? No. It will be easy for me to continue working. It will be easy for me to do the work. I've never been this productive. I've never been able to pay so much attention in school to the teachers. My morning routines were usually wake up late and scroll. Wake up late because before going to bed, I would again scroll. I would message girls on Snapchat. I would look at memes on Reddit. I would scroll on Instagram Reels. That's what I would do every single night. And I would sleep for 5 hours, 6 hours. The quality was way worse. And I would again destroy my productivity with scrolling on TikTok. And at one point, I've made a transition. I went from the guy with no actual morning routine to the guy that has the most perfect morning routine. The morning routine that's optimized for him. And I will teach you exactly how to do it. And I know what's your first thought. I don't need morning routines. They're useless. I don't need them. Bro, if you don't have a morning routine, you will do what's the easiest thing that you can do. When I didn't have a morning routine in the summers, I would wake up, and what was the easiest thing to do back then? Grab my phone. I made a habit to wake up and grab my phone. And of course, I didn't want to go out of bed. Of course, it was comfortable. It was warm inside the bed. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay and scroll. And I was wasting hours upon hours upon hours. So just get that thought out of your head. If right now you're waking up and the first thing you're doing is wasting time, if you don't have a set morning routine to follow every single day, you're missing out on so much, so many things that you don't even know about. So much productivity, so much discipline. And what helped me stick to a morning routine was to start the morning routine the night before. Nobody told you this, but the best morning routine is to start the morning routine the night before. What do I mean by this? Before going to bed, you get a piece of paper and you put it on your nightstand. You put it near your bed, near your head, and you write on that piece of paper a military morning routine that you will follow. You wake up at a set hour, and then you know what you have to do, the next 5 tasks that you'll do. My morning routine that I was giving myself was 7 or 6 a.m. wake up, and 6:05 take a shit, and then 6:20 take a shower, and then fucking 6:40 eat, make breakfast. At 7 leave for school. That was my morning routine, and I was writing that every single night before bed. And here's the thing: I was waking up, and I wasn't picking up my phone. I wasn't waking up, opening my eyes, and picking up my phone to look at that blue light. No, no, no. I made a habit to wake up and pick up that piece of paper. How crazy does that sound? How many people do you know that the first thing that they do when they wake up is that they look at a piece of paper about their morning routine? Nobody does that. But again, nobody is productive. Nobody could do 12 hours of work a day. Nobody could do that. And what I want you to keep in mind is you need to start small. You don't need to write 20 things on your morning routine the first time you're doing this. The best morning routine that you can have literally tomorrow is to write the time that you will wake up and then go and shit. The best morning routine: wake up and then take a shit, because that will make you get out of bed. It will help you get the motivation to get out of bed. Because if you know that you have to wake up and then you will go to the bathroom, you will not waste time in bed. You will not waste time scrolling on social media. You know what you have to do. And of course, you can still scroll on social media in the bathroom. Of course, it can happen. Of course, you can do that. But there's a little bit of friction. At least you're productive. You're pooping and you're scrolling on social media. You're still like doing two things at once instead of one thing. Instead of just scrolling on social media, you're scrolling while taking a shit. So you're more productive, kind of. I mean, yeah, it's not much better, but it's still something. And you can start with that. After you're consistent in doing that for 2 weeks, you can bump it up and add another thing. Wake up, shit, eat. Wake up, shit, take a shower. Wake up, shit, work. Something that you can do. And after you do that for 2 weeks, then you add another thing and another thing. And you slowly tweak it a little. You know, oh, I wake up and shit, and if I do this instead of this other thing, I will be more productive than if I do it like this and this. And you can kind of change up things a little to make it as productive as possible for you. But the level 1 morning routine that you should do by even tomorrow is wake up, shit. Wake up, get out of bed, and shit. And bro, in the next morning, you will do this tonight. No questions asked. You will do this tonight. And the next morning, when you wake up, you leave your phone away from you. You don't put your phone near your head. You put it somewhere else. I usually put it right there on my, under my TV. So that if I need to get up my phone, I need to get out of bed. And sometimes it's way too much effort. And when you wake up, you grab that piece of paper first thing in the morning. I guarantee you'll become twice as productive that day, just by following this simple protocol. It's not hard. And it will seem too easy for you. It will seem too easy. You'll think, yeah, it's too easy. Of course I can wake up and go to the bathroom. Why not add another 5 things? It should be easy at the start. It should be too easy. But the secret is to actually do it. Even though it seems too easy, you should still do it. Try it tonight. Your life will improve after this. 100%. No questions asked. If you enjoyed the video, scroll down and click on the subscribe button, bro. It will help both of us, especially you. Go and watch this video and join the Discord, bro. See you later. Mwah.